Hello friends, today we are going to learn about some of the important topics that are always in talks when it comes to STP. So let's try and understand one by one all these topics. Yeah. So let's start with Bpduguard. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate each and every term that is used in STP. So let's start with Bpduguard. So to demonstrate Bpduguard, what I'm going to do is now I'll connect this switch to this switch, assuming that this particular port is configured for host. Yeah, so some PCs configured here. Okay, so before we proceed, I'll just give you brief about the topology. We have got switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. This switch 1 is root bridge, and this to both port is designated port, and this switch 2 is connecting towards root bridge, so this is going to be root port. Again, this switch 3 is also connecting to root bridge, so this is going to be root port. This is designated, and this port is blocked. So let's verify whether it is the same behavior or something has changed. It's going to let me first do one thing. Interface and 0 by 3 1 by 0 to 3 2 by 0 to 3 3 by 0 to 3. Let me shut this because we are not going to use this board. As well, but here we are not going to shut this. Okay, so we are good to go. So this two port is designated port and it's so we're spanning tree which displays the root. Okay, so we have the correct status here. This one, and this one. Okay, so 00 is the block port, 01 is the root port, 000 is designated port, 01 is root port on switch 2, and on switch 1 root port is designated. Okay, so when it comes to Bpduguard, we use basically to protect the port. Yeah, so we have got this port. This is kind of host. Some PC is connected here, but for some for some reason someone has connected this switch to this port. So what will happen? Yeah. So if this switch is host port, let me configure the video guard here. I don't want anybody else to connect some switch or something else, with video guard. Yeah, but let me go to the interface. Spanning tree, video guard. Yeah, I switch on this switch. As you can see here, it has blocked the port and the port has gone into error display. Now let's try and understand Bpdufilter. Okay, so now mm, let me remove Bpduguard from this port. No, spanning tree, Bpdu, Loopguard, enable, spanning tree, Bpdu, filter, enable. Okay. So I'm going to enable the Bpdu filter on this same port. So let's see what will happen. Okay, and then I'll say no shut. The port is up. So spanning tree interface is 0 by 2 bit. As you can see here, Bpdu is neither sent nor received. Yeah, so now there will not be any Bpdu going from these ports. So what will happen to switch 4? So now switch 4. Okay. So let's see what is happening here. So all the ports, we are working on port number 0/0. So this port is forwarding designated port and it's forwarding. So the good thing is to see is you see we have root bridge here. So this switch has made itself as root bridge. Yeah, because it is not getting any BPDO from this port. This is an isolated switch, right? This has not participated in our this topology. Okay, so Bpduguard, if we enable the Bpduguard will send Bpdu, but the moment it receives, Bpdu, it is going to put that particular port into error disabled state. So it's kind of disabled on, right? So you know, to make that up, you'll have to do shut no shut, but then again, it will put that into error disabled state. As long as it keeps on receiving BPD, it simply put the port into error disabled state. Yeah. So that was about Bpduguard and Bpdufilter. Now let's try and understand Loopguard. Okay, Loopguard. Let's say this port, if you see, is a block port. Yeah, this port is the block port. So here, if I switch 3, this port is the block. So the spanning tree, if you see here, 0 by 0 is the block port. Okay. So and if I don't allow this particular port to get BPDO, you know, it will wait till 20 seconds and then it will go to listening, right? And then it will take 15 seconds to go to learning, another 50 seconds it will go to forwarding, right? So we'll have 50 seconds, delay, and then this port will go into forwarding. So how can we stop getting BPDU on this interface? Just now we saw that when we enabled BPDU filter here, this port was not sending BPDU, neither it was receiving BPDU. So same thing we are going to do. We are going to enable the BPDU filter here to demonstrate the loop card. Okay, so let's get the switch to. Okay, so on switch to. But before that, let me show you spanning tree interface E0 by 0 on the switch 3 detail. So spanning tree interface E0 by 0 detail. You see, it is receiving the video after every 2 seconds. Yeah, and BPDUs, it is always sent. It is always generated by rule breaks. The configuration BPDU, they are always generated by root breaks. This switch, they are non-root breaks, so they will generate, topology change notification BPDU and not the configuration BPDU. So if there is any change, then only this switch is going to send the BPDU. Okay. So now, let's disable Bpdu here on this port. So I'll go to E0 by 0 and I'll say spanning tree Bpdu filter enable. So now I should not get any Bpdu here. You see 512. So I'm not getting any Bpdu. So now in this case we have a loop. Now, okay, we have a loop. So if this is not sending any BPDU, if this is not receiving any BPDU, then what will happen? Just now I said that it is going to wait for 20 seconds. You see, it has already gone to listening state. Yeah, it has waited for 20 seconds. It did not receive any BPDU, and then it has put itself into listening state. To make you understand, let me enable the debug here. So now it has gone to forwarding steps. Now we have a loop here. Now, yeah. So after a while, the switch will hang. Okay. So now let's remove the Bpdu filter from this port. Okay, and I'll enable the loop guard so that we'll be able to see how the loop guard is going to block the port. Okay. 0 by 0. No spanning tree will be enable. Okay. So you see, as soon as I enable the Bpdu filter, this has put itself into blocking list. Okay. So now let's enable the loop guard. 0 by 0 spanning tree guard loop. Okay. And now I am going to enable the Bpdu filter here. Span here Bpdu filter enable. Okay. So let's see what happens. It should wait for, I think debug is already running. Okay, so it should wait for 20 seconds. That is our access time. You see, it has blocked the port. Yeah, after 20 seconds. Okay, so let's check the spanning tree. You see, it has placed itself into loop inconsistent and it is a blocking state. Yeah. So now that was all about the Loopguard. Now let's try and figure it out how we can configure Rootguard and how it works. Yeah. So Rootguard, to demonstrate Rootguard, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to use again this switch. Okay. So but first let me shut down this switch. And let me see what is the configuration we have here. But we have everything. So now first I will remove the video filter and yeah, let it be. So let me first do one thing. Let me first configure the priority here. Okay. Spanning tree VLAN 1 priority. I'll make 4096. Okay. Lowest than all other switches. By default, all other switches have 32768 and plus 1 VLAN. So this is going to be 4097. VLAN number 1. So priority is set. So now I want this switch to become, root switch. But, Rootguard should not allow this to become root switch. So here we will configure spanning tree guard root do show run interface. Lowest run interface E0/2. So we have Rootguard enabled on the port. So let's make the offset here. So what will happen? You see, Rootguard has blocked this port. Spanning tree. You see here, this has blocked the port and the port is in root inconsistent. Okay, so that is how you can configure the root card. So let me first switch off this switch because I don't want this switch anymore now. Okay, so we have switch 1, switch 2, and switch 3. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Uh, let me jump into the uplink first. Okay, so now when it comes to Uplinkfast, let's say this port, this particular link, uh, is down for some reason. Okay, so what will happen? If this link is going to be down, this will go itself into listening and then learning, and then it will go to forwarding. It will take 30 seconds, to convert. Yeah. So let's see that. Let me shut the port interface new 0/1 shut. So now it will go to listening, and then after 15 seconds it will go to learning, and then after 15 seconds it will go to forwarding. Okay, forwarding. So now let's see what is the status here. You see 0/0 has become root port now. So instead of this, because this is shut, for some reason this link has gone down. So it has chosen the another port, this port, to reach to root bridge. But it was taking 30 seconds. Yeah. So how we can, minimize that? Yeah. So there comes uplink fast. So let's configure the uplink fast now. Let me no set the port first here. We should this on no set. Let's wait again. Get this conversed. Okay. This is listening. Says like you're gonna leave it now. Okay, so this is in block now, 0 by 0, and 0 by 1 is 0 now. Okay, so what I want is like, this should immediately go into forwarding. Yeah, the moment this link, goes down. So let's configure the uplink fast here. Let us say 0 by 0, yeah, the spanning tree, uplink fast. I think this is the command. So this is global command. It's not, this is not a, interface command. This is a global command. So now let's shut this door. Interface is 0/1 on switch 3, shut. So now what happens, you see, it has directly moved the port into forwarding. This has directly gone into forwarding instead of waiting for 30 seconds. Yeah. So this is how, we can get rid of, the other port, to reach to a root bridge, without waiting for 30 seconds. Yeah. So now uplink fast is also done. Now let me unshut this port and I'll remove the uplink fast as well. And scan and trade class just to demonstrate and backbone fast. Now let's look at the backbone fast. Yeah. So now backbone fast, what happens here? What we can do here to demonstrate. Uh, let's say this link is failed. Yeah. Let's say this link is failed. Yeah. So now how this switch can reach root bridge. Yeah. So as we know that if something goes wrong here, this will not receive any BPDU. So this will have to I mean this particular port will have to wait till 20 seconds. That's the max is whole timer, and then it will go to listening, learning. It has to wait for 50 seconds. Yeah. So let's demonstrate quickly. Let me first repeat the same thing so that you'll have idea. 0/1. I'm going to shut this port. So the PPDUs that was coming from here, it will not go to this switch and it will not come to this port. Yeah. So let's shut this port. Yeah. The moment I shut this port, this switch will start generating you know something called, you see here, this switch will say that I'm the root bridge, because this is not getting any BPDU now from the root bridge. Yeah. So this will say I'm the root bridge, I'm the root bridge, because but this is going to wait till 20 seconds, and then it will put itself into listening, and then again after 15 seconds it will put itself into learning, and then after 15 seconds it will put itself into forwarding. Yeah. So we have 50 seconds delay over here to converge in our topology. Yeah. So our backbone network, it has to suffer a lot. So what now, I think it's fine though. So it's fine. Okay, let's say it's fine. Designated 00 has become designated port. 01 has become root port, and on switch to so spanning tree. This is the root port 0/0. So for this switch to reach root bridge, now this is the port. So now this is not designated. This is root port because it is going to this way. Okay, so what we saw is like, it was taking almost 50 seconds time, right? This switch was taking 50 seconds time to go to root bridge to convert, and then, then it will find that, okay, I'm not the root bridge because, the moment I did shut here, this switch starts, saying that, okay, I'm the root bridge. Yeah. But this switch, was ignoring because, it has to wait, right? It has to wait for 20 seconds. And it was not accepting that particular BPD because the BPDU that was coming from here, when this switch, said that, okay, I'm the root bridge, it is not going to accept because this BPDU, the BPDU which came from this is the inferior BPDU, the other BPDU. Yeah. Superior is the better one. Yeah. So, you know, So when it was not, receiving the old video that was coming from here, it waited for 20 seconds, and then when it, when it went to listening states, it sent the video here. Then this switch realized that, okay, I am not the root bridge. Yeah. So this has made itself, to non-root bridge, and then this port has become a root port. So now, let's enable the backbone fast. Okay. So basically backbone fast, should be enabled on all the switch. Yeah. Because, there is a protocol that runs behind and, I mean, that protocol is basically used, to find a path, to root bridge. So we call it as a root link query, So, when backbone fast is enabled, this is going to send, root link query to this switch, and then this has to reply saying that, okay, path is there, right? So now let's enable the backbone fast, and then there is spanning tree, backbone. This is also global command. Okay, backbone fast, and then on the switch one as well, I'll configure the backbone fast, spanning tree, backbone fast. Okay, so now uh, let's do the same thing on switch 2. We are going to shut the port. What will happen now? I'll just enable the debug on this switch as well because it's going to events. Okay, interface v0/1. Let me shut this code. Let's see what happens now. What is the status here? Okay, this port is already shut. Let's no shut this port first. Okay, and let it get converged. It is designated now. This one is designated, this one is row, and where we are fine. Okay. Now backbone fast is already configured. Now we will shut the port. We will 0 by 1 shut this port. Now what happened, the moment I shut, what happens? It directly, what is happening? This switch has already informed saying that I'm the root bridge, and switch 3 E 0 by 0. You see, it did not wait for 20 seconds. It directly, placed itself into listening and then learning and then forwarding. At least we can save this way 20 seconds. Yeah, at least we can save 20 seconds now. Yeah. So that was all about, some of the basic, terminology that is always, in use when it comes to spanning tree. If you have liked, the demonstration, please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.